Welcome back to Tech by Pike. Today we're going to be unboxing an MSI GE66 Raider gaming laptop. This comes with the i9-11980 HK processor, an RTX 3080 that boasts up to 130 watts, comes with 32 gigabytes of RAM at 3200 hertz, 1 terabyte SSD. It also comes with a 15.6 QHD 240 hertz panel. We've been really looking forward to getting this in. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. Okay, let's check out the chassis here. So, as per last year, we still have the raised hinges here. You have the embossment of the logo, which is typical of MSI Dragon. And then we have the magnesium alloy chassis. And I will say, the outside of the lid, there's very little flex, but once you start to get to the middle, there's a considerable amount of flex, but I don't think it's a big deal. Let's see if we can lift it up with one hand. We can. My desk is a little slippery. All right, the keyboard deck, there's very little flex along the sides here, and just a little bit of flex right here in the middle below the screen. You have this huge bezel, which I'm not very fond of. I wish it was a little lowered there. The mouse, pretty good. Goes up to about right towards, almost to the top there. Good clicking action. Feels pretty smooth. I wish it was a little bit larger, but that's okay. This will do. And then the keyboard. I don't know, the keys are, I don't know, they seem a little bit bigger than my previous MSI laptop, and they feel just a little bit shallow. I don't know, it's okay, it's not great. And then we have a camera at the top bezel here. I believe it's 720p. We'll check that out in the benchmarking video. And then you have the Aura lights here in the front, and there's this kind of bezel here that's clear plastic, and once we boot this up, you'll see the lights there. All right, let's close it. That was interesting. Let's turn to the side here and check out if there's any wobble. There's a little bit of wobble. And a little bit of flex there. And then, of course, you have the big back end here for exhaust, and you got plenty of I/O in the back, but we'll go over that next. So starting to the right, we have a USB-A, you have a full-size SD, and then another USB-A. Then in the back here you have a display port, USB-C with Thunderbolt, Ethernet jack, HDMI, and I believe that supports 4K, and then another USB-A. Plenty of exhaust in the back, like I mentioned. And then on the left-hand side, you have another USB-A and a USB-C, and I believe that supports power. You're able to charge the laptop, but I'm guessing that you won't be able to game while it's charging through the USB-C. And then you have the Kensington lock here. And you know what? I think I made a mistake there. I think this is not a USB-A. That is the power port. So my mistake, power port. The laptop weighs by itself 5 pounds, 5.3 ounces, and with the power brick, 7 pounds, 9.8 ounces. All right, we're going to talk about the internals, but first I want to go over the bottom plate of the laptop. So the bottom plate is actually secured to the chassis with 11 Phillip head screws, 10 that are exposed, and then 1 that is under the factory seal sticker put there by the manufacturer, MSI. You got the honeycomb pattern here on top, and you can see where the grills here, where there's venting intake for air. You see the 3 feet, they're rubber. There's two small ones, and then the long one here keeps the laptop elevated off the desk for better airflow. Alright, we're going to take this off here. Like I said, it's magnesium alloy throughout the chassis. Set that off to the side. Okay, so we got our 95 watt battery here, and then we see that we have the Wi-Fi 6 card that is swappable. You got plenty of heat pipes and fans to keep the CPU and GPU cool when you're playing those AAA games. You also have one SSD that came with the laptop. It's a 1 terabyte drive. Alright, and then you have an extra slot here for more storage, so lots of opportunity there to increase storage. And then, last but not least, you got the 2 memory DIMMs here. They're both 16. This came with 32 gigs. We're going to pop one out because right now memory chips are very important to people, and we want to make sure that you're able to view in there on that. And then we'll flip it over. Alright, let's go ahead and put it back. Okay, you have the down-facing speakers, and I think that's pretty much it for the internals here. Okay, let's move on. The MSI GE66 Raider gaming laptop. We've seen it before in different iterations. The form factor is pretty much the same over the last year or so, and there's some things that we like about it and some things we don't like about it. For instance, I'm not real fond of the raised hinges here. It looks a little gamery to me, but they're very sturdy and it prevents the screen from flexing, and so that's a good thing. The magnesium alloy chassis feels a little plasticky, but again, sturdy, very little flex. Lots of venting for better airflow for when you're playing those AAA games. Plenty of I/O. You even have a full-size SD card, and a lot of the I/O is in the back here for better cable management. I like that. The keyboard is a SteelSeries keyboard. It's a little bit shallow to me. It feels different than previous versions, so I'm going to continue to type on it, and I'll mention it in the next video and see how I feel after a couple of weeks of using it. The mouse pad itself I felt was a little small, but it's good clicking action and very smooth. From what I understand, the laptop comes with a 1080p camera, so we'll test that out, and the screen looks really good, and we're looking forward to doing a little gaming and doing some benchmarking. And the internals, lots of opportunity for upgrade, storage, memory, and then the Wi-Fi card, and lots of heat pipes to keep the CPU and GPU cool while playing those AAA games. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this from Tech by Pike, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate it. It helps the channel, gives us an opportunity to bring more videos like this to you, and also it helps us get better as we go along. We appreciate it. We thank you, and we'll see you in the next one.